grade. It is Thursday, the end of week 6, and this is our math video. So on Tuesday we talked about perimeter, yesterday we talked about area, and today we're going to mix them together and relate area and perimeter together. Okay? And the way that we're going to do this, so in your exercises, we're either going to look at, it gives us the perimeter, and we need to find the dimensions with the greatest area, or it gives us the area and we need to find the rectangle with the shortest perimeter. So it's either the greatest area or the shortest perimeter. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you look at the example at the top, it says a rectangle's perimeter is 16 centimeters. Find the dimensions of the rectangle with the greatest area. So what that means is, remember, it gives us our perimeter, and our perimeter is the full distance. I'm trying to draw it for you. It's the full distance around, okay? So I'm going to draw several rectangles here for us. All right, and what it tells us is that the perimeter is 16 centimeters, which means whatever we find, we have two length and two width, and they have to equal 16, okay? So if we wanted to, what we could do is divide it by 2. 16 divided by 2. And the reason we do that is 16 is the whole way around, right? So in order to find just what 2 of the sides would be, that's all we really need is 2 of the sides, right? So if we just want to find 2 of the sides to get our area, remember yesterday we did length and width. So if we just want to find the length and the width and not all 4 sides, you just divide it by 2 because there's 2 sides of everything, okay? So 16 divided by 2 is 8. So anything that we do has to add up to 8. So some things that add up to 8 are 6 and 2, 7 and 1, and then we have 4 and 4. We also have 3 and 5. Okay, so we're gonna start with those. Yeah, and I did 2 and 6. Great. So they have to add up to 8, right? So when we do this, now we have the areas. If you were to do this, 6 and 2 is 8, and then you add the 8 and it gets us to 16. So see how that works? If you were to add this all around, it would still get us to 16. So the way that this is gonna work is now we have our rectangles set up and we're gonna find the area of each of them. So 6 times 2, remember area is our length times our width. So 6 times 2 equals 12. These are all centimeters, so we're doing centimeters squared, okay? Because it was given to us with centimeters. So we're in centimeters squared. Length times width, 7 times 1 is 7 centimeters squared. 4 times 4 for the area is going to be 16 centimeters squared. And 3 times 5 is going to be 15 centimeters squared. So we did all of our rectangles to find out what kind of rectangles might work. We found the area of all of them, and the one with the greatest is the one that is 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters. So if you look, it says the length was 4 and the width was 4. And that's kind of how we're going to do number 1, okay? So let's look at number 1. I'm going to let you guys do 2, 3, and 4, but then we're also going to go over 5 together. All right, so it says our perimeter is 30. So let's draw our rectangles. That one looks like a square, but it's fine. Okay, so again, to find just 2 of our sides of our rectangle, we can do 30 divided by 2, which we know is 15. So 2 of our sides have to add up to 15 for our perimeter, okay? So let's look at 2 of our sides. What adds up to 15? We have 10 and 5. All right, we have 9 and 6. There's 7 and 8. 11 and 4. 12 and 3. And then you also have 13 and 2, which we will try in just a second. But now we know our perimeter, our length and our width of all of these. So I'm actually going to draw one more over here that has 13 and 2 and then 14 and 1. So that all of these are all of the options that equal up to 15 for our two sides of our perimeter. All right? So let's look at this. To find our area, again, these are rectangles, so we're doing length times width. So 10 times 5 is 50. 9 times 6 is what? 54. 7 times 8 is what? 56. 11 times 4 is 44. 12 times 3 is 36. 13 times 2, because again, we're just doing length and width. We're just doing length and width for all of them, okay? That's 26, and then we have our 14 and 1 is 14. So we've made our whole chart of all of the areas possible, and we're looking for the greatest one. And if you look at all of these, the greatest one is 56 units squared. It doesn't give us the unit. So your length and width is going to be 7 and 8. You can choose which one is which. It doesn't really matter. I would do length and width first, so like 7, 8, whatever, as long as you have those two numbers, okay? So in one of those, in one of the lines you put length, one of the lines you put width, but it's going to be 7 and 8. All right, and then let's look at the second part. So if you go back up to the examples at the top, look at the second one. The second one is saying a rectangle's area is 24 centimeters squared. Find the dimensions of the rectangle with the shortest perimeter. So our strategy here is to draw different rectangles that have an area of 24 centimeters squared. So if we remember correctly, the area is length times the width. So what we're going to do is we're going to find our factors of 24. Any factors of 24, okay? And we're going to list those. So factors of the 24 would be 1 and 24. So if I were to multiply the length and the width to get my area, it would equal 24. Two other factors would be 2 and 12, right? So 2 times 12 would be 24. That would get us our area. Then you have 3 and 8, 4 and 6. And that is it. That gets us to there. Okay? So we have these four. Now, it says with the shortest perimeter. We're looking for the shortest perimeter possible. Okay? So let's try this. Our perimeter, remember, is going to be 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So if I have my length and my width, I have 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. All right, and then I've got 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, which is 2. So I'm going to draw these out for all of them. All right, so 2 times 24 is 48 plus 2. 48 plus 2, we're at 50 centimeters because it gives us centimeters squared. 2 times 12 is going to be 24 plus 2 times 2, which is 4. So 24 plus 4 is 28. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 3 is 6, so 16 plus our 6 is going to be 22. 2 times 6 is 12, and 2 times 4 is 8, which gives us 20. So as you can see, we were going down by each of these. That was kind of a pattern. But we're looking for these are all centimeters, by the way, sorry. So now we have our perimeter for all of these. We have 50 centimeters around, 28 centimeters around, 22 centimeters around, 20 centimeters around. And we're looking for the shortest one. So the shortest one is going to be the smallest number, obviously. Our shortest one is the one from our area being 4 and 6. Our length and width being 4 and 6. So that's your answer. The one with the shortest perimeter is the rectangle that has 4 as the length and 6 as the width. Okay? And let's do number 5 together. I'm sorry, I know that this is a longer video, but I want to make sure we've really got it down. Okay? So it says using whole units and the area given, find the dimensions of the rectangle with the shortest perimeter. So we have 36. The area is 36. And remember, area is the length times the width. So we're looking for any two numbers that you can multiply to get to 36. So let me draw out some of our rectangles real quick. Okay, so we have, I'm going to start with 1. So 1 times what is 36? 36. So now I have my two sides. If I were to multiply these, it gives me my area. All right, what else equals it? So if I have 2 times 18 gets us our area of 36. Let's see, 3 times 12 would equal 36. 4 times 9. 5 cannot be multiplied to get to 36. And then we have 6 times 6. And because that's the middle one, if we were to just go up, then we would reach back at 9 and 4. So these are the only the only 5 that we can really do. Okay? So now I've found out what all rectangles can have the area of 36 with different perimeters. So now I'm going to find my perimeter. And remember, our perimeter is 2 length plus 2 width. So we're going to write that out for all of these. So 2 length, so 2 times 1 plus 2 times our width, which is 36. So 2 times 1 plus 2 times 36. We're going to do the same thing for all of these. So 2 times 2 plus 2 times 18. This one's going to be 2 times 3 plus 2 times 12. This one's going to be 2 times 4 plus 2 times 9. And this one is going to be 2 times 6 plus 2 times 6. Okay? And now we're going to find all of them. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 36, that one's a little bit more difficult, but it is 72. So our answer will be 70. Ooh, that's a 4. Our answer is 74 units. It doesn't really give us units though. 2 times 2 is 4. And then we have 2 times 18, which is 36. So 4 plus 36 is 40. We have 2 times 3, which is 6. And 2 times 12, which is 24. 6 plus 24 is 30. 2 times 4 is 8. And then 2 times 9 is 18. So 18 plus 8 is going to be 26. 2 times 6 is 12. And 2 times 6 is 12, which equals 24. So as we can see, the one with the shortest perimeter is the one that is 6 by 6. So your answer for 5 is length is 6 and width is 6. Okay? So go ahead and finish the rest of that worksheet. Ask me if you have any questions.